Hello survivors and welcome to Godslayer Arena. This is an action RPG meets Autobattler. It is a demo right now. It is available on Steam to play for anyone. There is only one level available and you are only allowed to play with 20 of the 25 waves. So we can only play with one hero, the Raging Bloodlord. There are two others, the Cosmic Huntress and Shadow Rogue, that will be available on early access release as far as I can see. Domains, there's three different ones. Again, only the God's Domain available for our demo, which is perfectly fine, and one level, but there's a whole lot of different things. We're going to play with the tutorial on so I can show you guys everything about the game, and then if you really enjoy it, we can try and find some weird and wonderful things in here. So introduction says, in Godslayer Arena all combat actions are completely automated. It is an auto battler, that makes sense. Your hero will perform basic attacks and cast any spell you have equipped until the end of combat. Spells are acquired from the spell shop, which is at the top over here. You may select one of 3 spells offered to you in each shop. Drag a spell from your shop into the reserve on your main spell here, a spell bar, in order to equip them. I already know that's why I'm reading it like a Nancy. Anyway, during combat, one spell is automatically granted 10 mana per second. Spells cast after they gain enough mana. Spells gain mana from left to right. In other words, after your spell cast, the next spell to the right starts gaining mana. So essentially, once we have more spells, they go in order from left to right, being casted that way. So over here we got Shadow Fang, Razor Blade, and then Ice Shade Missile. I actually did want to play with the Shadowborn, so it's cool that we got the Ice Shade Missile, Frostcast, and Shadowborn. And then we've got Deathblade there. You can see there's the different traits. Frostcast mana blocks the leftmost spell, and it all casts itself every 5 seconds, which means that it will no longer gain mana, and it will land up automatically casting it every 5 seconds. And then Shadowborn summons a shadow minion, which levels up as you cast Shadowborn spells. So we need 2 of them, and we need 3 Frostcraft spells to activate the traits. And then Deathblade says increases critical strike chance and damage, and then it shows you a whole bunch of the different spells. So we also use this one, the Shadowborn Chains of Madness, which is a Deathblade as well, but I don't know if we're going to be grabbing something like that as well. It looks like there's a mastery for it. Is there a mastery for Shadowborn? There is, which is pretty cool. So if we could get the mastery, that would be great, but I think you can only get a 5 out of the 6 right now. Which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's mastery for Frostcraft as well. And then when we click into battle, there is a speed up button as well if we wanted. But as you can see, the spell slowly gains mana, and then when it pops up to the very top, you can see it shoots out those 3 attacks over there. So that's it. We'll show you where it shows you the waves when the first wave is done, and how it goes. This is our Raging Bloodlord Berserk, so we gain rage every X amount of rage per second, and then when we go Berserk we lose rage, but we gain bonus spell power, increased mana generation, increased attack speed, and something with our auto attacks there. Your shop automatically refreshes at the start of each planning phase, allowing you to select another spell. You also gain 1 additional shop refresh, which must be used before you can start combat. Spells level up whenever you have 3 of the same spell. Spells can reach level 3, requiring you to have 3 level 2 spells. So we need to have 3 level 2 spells, and that makes a level 3 spell, which is pretty cool. I haven't actually seen that. We did go over this already, the trait system. So let's see what we got here. We got a Frostcraft, which gains 50 health, active, deal 100 damage to 3 random enemies. If this kills at least 1 enemy, increase the spell's passive health bonus gain by 1. And then I don't know what that 130 over there means, but it says damage 2 additional enemies. So that's pretty interesting. It is a Frostcraft, so we'll grab it. And then we can re-roll over here, and we actually ended up getting a second one. We've got Oracle. Every 5 seconds a number of random spells gain mana, so that's pretty cool. I believe it's random, the effects, or they get additional effects, but we're going to grab the heart since we already have one. We can also start with that, because it doesn't really matter when we have 2. Alright, so let's go on to the next wave. There is a DPS meter over here, which is actually really nice to see how well your spells are doing. And then this doesn't actually show you. Can't see that it's activating. I do see it do damage though, because there you could see that ice on the enemy. Alright, experience is earned at the start of each planning phase. When you accumulate enough experience, your hero levels up, increasing the amount of spells you can equip. Additionally, higher tier spells will start to appear in your spell shop. By default, you earn 10 experience per stage. More ways of earning experience will appear as you progress. Enemies' attacks can be evaded depending on your evasion score. The higher your evasion score, the higher chance you have of successfully evading attack. There's no limit on how high your evasion score can reach. Hexes are spells created by your enemies that deal large bursts of area damage. These hexes can be deflected by your hero, causing enemies standing inside of the hex to take 8% increased damage. Your chance of deflecting a hex depends on your hex deflection score, so the same as our evasion, of which we don't use either. Depends actually. Alright, so there's no spell here for us to use, so we actually re-roll. And then over here we got Chrono, Necroweave, still nothing. So I'm not going to take another spell. We can equip this a second time and see if that does anything for us. And then we can just go, and then you can see fight 3 out of 25. Demo ends at level 20. Over there you'll see once we get to a certain point, the game does actually ask you if you want to gain XP or if you want to gain free rerolls. And it depends on what you're building. Sometimes it might be worth, because some of these, like this is a tier 1 spell, and if you wanted to get this to level 3, you might want to look at staying at a lower level and trying to force rerolls to try and get the skill. So it just depends on what you're trying to get. These are both tier 1, there is a tier 2, and so it might be worth bouncing. Hell does actually do quite a decent amount of damage, but there we go. Remaining lives, any damage you take in combat is fully restored once you reach the next planning phase. You start each run with 3 lives, and then you lose a life when you die, and you only have those 3. Spells determine the strength of your spells and is denoted at the bottom right of your spell. Spell power affects spells in various ways, such as damage and buff strength. So that's cool. I didn't actually know that, even though I've played the game before. So that tells you how much spell power you have if you hover over it and the mana cost. Alright, so now we get to select an item. Tier 1 spells grant 40 shield on cast. Gain an additional shop refresh at the start of each fight. The first shop refresh of each fight offers only tier 1 spells. That is actually really good. We could get the hex reflection whenever we deflect 20 hexes in a fight, we gain refreshes, or when you level up, gain 3 refreshes. I actually want to go for the Guardian Mask over here because I am looking, well, one, I'm going to get shields when we cast spells, and then we also get tier 1 spells in our shop whenever we refresh. And then we're going to gain the 2 shop refreshes so that we can get those tier 1 spells. We do get a Twilight Beast Caller, but we're not looking for that. Here it says summon Spirit Beast. When I played it, I didn't really see the summoning. I don't know if it's maybe bugged. We are in the demo, but it's really not that big of a deal. There we go, we got that. And then we can get the, what is this, Soulbound? No, we'll just grab that again. I forgot you can only buy one of them. We can actually grab a Twilight, the Dusk Bullet for now. It's a pretty decent spell. So we'll go like that. And then there we go. So we need one more Frostcraft, one more Shadowborn, and then we should be in a cool place. So let's keep going. Oh, I see it equips that as an item. I've never actually noticed that before. And then you can see the shield value over here for ourselves. That was actually pretty cool. So now we keep getting shields, and as long as we don't get hit, it will keep accumulating. But yeah, it's impossible not to get hit unless you have a whack ton of evasion or hex deflection. So, and then you can speed up the combat as well if you want, if you feel like you know what you're doing and you just want to get to the end and get more powerful. Alright, to the arena. The arena awaits you at the end of each stage. Enemies will quickly spawn in deadly waves, so make sure you're prepared for a tough fight. And then we're going to go for, again, more rerolls. trying to get these up and running. This is Twilight. What does Twilight do again? It gives us 25 spell power per point of combo. It says casting Twilight spells generates 1 point on combo. Casting non-Twilight spells consume all combos, giving increased spell power. So what would happen is we could buy this, we could then go and do that, and then what happens is this is going to count as a combo 1, 2, and then our Shade Missile will gain more spell power and deal more damage. I don't know what that dot is, and there's no way to really find out. Codex is coming soon, so I don't really know what that is. That's very unfortunate and weird, but I'm sure we will get there. Okay, we might as well. I'm not really happy with that spell, but we'll grab it. There's another one of our cryo haunts. Beautiful. And then what is this? This is a Shadowborn, so we'll actually grab that. That's going to be more important here actually, so get rid of that spell. And then we can discard that because we don't need it. That's beautiful. And then we only need 3 more cryo hearts and we get our first ever tier 3 spell. So let's go over here now. You can see we have summoned a little golem, and now every time we use the Shadowborn spells, which is the Shade Missile and the Power Transfusion, we will level this guy up, and you can see the level there next to where he is. He is getting quite hurt though. There we go, he just leveled up. I don't think he can die. I think if he does die, he just gets respawned the next arena, which is fine as well. He does look like he's tanking quite a bit of damage for us, which is perfect. Alright, he managed to live. Zone selection. Portals to the next zone will appear after you clear an arena. Keep an eye out for the enemy modifiers present in each zone. Some modifiers will last for the zone only, some will last the entire run. And then we gain gems as well for depending on which modifiers, and then you get to add the gems to the spells. So over here, enemies hexes cause you to take 3% increased damage for 6 seconds, and then enemy hexes deal 100% increased damage to you. I think we'll go for the deal more damage. It says you have 40% reduced deflect score. 2 fights in the zone spawn 3 disruptors. We've got the enemy who reduces your mana regeneration by 20% while you stand near them. Projectile spells have reduced spell power. Common melee enemies have increased health. Movement triggers an explosion that deals 100 damage to nearby enemies. Gain 1 spell power whenever this triggers. Plus 15 mana cost. Refill 1, 20 spell power, 40% increased area. None of these are area spells. So maybe we should go for the increased damage rather done to us. Movement triggers. We are going to get a movement spell. So we'll grab that one. And then just tells you can equip gems by dragging them into the spells at the top there. But like I mentioned, we are looking for a movement spell. We're going to gain... Nah, I'm still looking for the... We're still looking to get this leveled up. So let's just do that. This is another Shadowborn, it's called Nocturne. This is actually a cool spell as well, so that's really good. We can finally get rid of that. There we get our Shade Missile. We get another heart, we just need 1 more. There we go, we found it. We finally get our first level 3 spell, and we can see that we gain 50 health. Again, we deal 200 damage to 3 random enemies, and now it should be able to at least kill them because that's doing quite a bit more damage than all of our other spells. That also means we can now level up, unless we want to try and get this to level 3 now. I do wonder if it's going to land up showing it to us in the store now that we've got it all the way to its max level. Why is it, does that, what's that symbol? I don't know if it's killing stuff. I'll have to check our actual life. Yes, it is killing stuff because we are gaining more life. So you can see 5090, 5091. Let's see now. We didn't kill anything there with it. 5092. I don't know, it seemed to have died. And then every time you can see now our little golem friend is level 5. Okay, mastery spells are unique spells offering to you once per game. They don't use space on your board like normal spells do. They are not offered in the spell shop. Each option can be re-rolled once and be offered an upgrade for your mastery spell as you progress through the dungeon. So this is actually a really nice one. I know it doesn't seem like it. It says your Eclipse traits now affects your 5 rightmost spells. Activate launch projectile towards your current target, dealing 50 damage to all of them. The nice thing about this is we get a double Eclipse trait, which is actually like a free thing. But we'll see, maybe we can get the Shadowborn guy. I don't need any of these other ones. But yeah, so we're going to take this one. I feel like it does work really well with this. And then over here it says, what do we want? Area spells gain 15, duplicate any tier 2 or 3 spell one time. Do I get to pick which one? I do. There we go, that was pretty cool. And then this goes that way. And now what does the Eclipse do? Okay, so it is the same thing every time. It says your 3 rightmost spells gain various bonuses. In this case, it is going to be increased crit chance and crit damage and also spell power. So if we move it there, it still doesn't really say how much spell power we're getting. But these two have lost spell power, and these ones have gained spell power. Why have these ones lost spell power? I am very confused. Alright, nothing for us to purchase there. Alright, next wave. They just went up to 88 spell power and these ones went up to 110. I don't know why I've lost spell power here. I don't know what happened. Getting increased spell power, so that's lovely. Each time you can play each hero has a unique passive ability. This one gives us unique things. Basic attack damage all enemies in a small area. That's what the last thing was. Each hero has a unique set of mastery cards to choose from. Enemies come in varieties. They determined from the weakest to strongest enemies can be common, royal, mythical, or godly. Mythic enemies are shown with a purple skull icon next to their health bar. Similar to godly enemies are shown with an orange skull. So mythic are purple and godly are... Okay, so that's good to know. Alright, we did level up. So we do get a new spell. We're not going to level up again. We're actually going to refresh again. Remember, the first refresh we get every round will be a tier 1 spell, so that's going to allow us to get a tier 1 spell, and then we're going to look for other spells for us. We can actually put that in there as well, but this does affect the rightmost spells, so we actually want to do something like that, and this can actually go, yeah, it can go there, that's fine. We did get a second one of these, that's beautiful. We get another Nocturne. We get the Eye of Winter. This spell is very interesting. We do need a Frostcraft spell, so I am not going to take it though because I'm more interested in the Shadowborn right now. That one is interesting. It doesn't necessarily work super well. Maybe I should have taken it just for getting the synergy, but I feel like grabbing this one would have been better. Movement triggers an explosion. I don't know if they mean me just running or movement skill. So I'm going to wait. There is a Frostcraft skill that has movement in it. This one over here. But it doesn't actually say movement. So I don't think it actually matters. I don't think there is a skill that says movement. We'll have to just stick it in something and see what happens. That shield was so good. Such a good idea to take it. And then our life just keeps going up and up. We're on 5,100 life now. which is also pretty good for us. I don't know what it is. Something keeps adding more. Grants 1 spell, 5 spell power. Subsequent mana cost triggers 1 spell. Targets. Oh, that's cool. So this is what's giving it to me. Alright, combat grants you the leftmost and rightmost projectile spells refill 1 + 1 projectile and 20% increased mana regen. For every 5 projectiles the spell launches, gain 6 spell power. That's actually quite cool. This one, combat starts, gain 3 more area spells. Grants 3 random area spells. Do I even have area spells? No, I don't. I got a lot of projectile spells. Whenever you autocast a spell, gain 20 attack damage for 5 seconds. Mana block the spell after every 5th attack autocast at 50 spell. Now we're going to go for the Dragon Hunter. And then it says for every 5 spell projectiles the spell launches, gain 6 spell power. Which one's going to launch the most projectiles? Probably this one's projectile, but 15. It's probably gonna, yeah, maybe this one. Launch 3 projectiles, fire 3. Oh, this fires 5. No, it doesn't. I was gonna put this into, so combustion can go in there, and then we can put this into our tier 2 spell over there. That's fine. Alright, let's go and gain some XP. That's fine. We do get the spell we're looking for there. We reroll. We don't get it over here, which is a bit unfortunate. And unfortunately, we can still get more of that spell. So that's a bit of an unfortunate one over there. I thought maybe being at the highest tier, it would actually remove the spell from the shop for us, but it doesn't. Alright, let's see if we can see this gem work. Okay, you can actually see those explosions around me there. I think that's from the movement. Okay, we actually get quite a lot of spell power that way. Okay, increase our XP again. Nothing over there that we're looking for. We finally get Bouncing Hail. Thank goodness. We can put it over there. And now we've got our Frost. Where is it? Frostcraft. It says mana block your leftmost Frostcraft spell. So I actually want to... Maybe we should mana block. But then that doesn't gain the bonus. 10 mana and 20 mana. Maybe we mana block this one. And then what does it do? Every 5 seconds it autocasts it. And it autocasts with 110 spell power. Because Eclipse is our 3 rightmost spells. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. Oh, wait, that might even be better to do it this way. Okay, we got one more reroll. And we can enter battle. Yeah, that's good. So now you can see the mana block is going to skip that. And it doesn't really matter. We're still going to gain projectiles. And it's still going to do damage. It's just now going to auto cast without us worrying about it. It's just going to get skipped and deal more damage. Our minion is doing a lot of damage. And this is the perfect game to play if you have a cup of coffee that you need to drink. Because you don't actually need to touch anything while that's happening. Okay, this is permanent modifiers. Enemy hexes cause you to take more damage. We already have the one that increased the damage we took from hexes. Refill 2 on cast, grant all spells that share a trait with the spell 6 spell power for 1 cast. Deal 15% less damage, but generates, nah, that's silly. 2 fights in the zone, spawn 3 voodoo doctors, a godly enemy who heals nearby enemies, that's fine. Whenever you gain a shield, increase the cost of a random spell attack. A random attack spell by 2 for 1 cast. Increase the cost. That's not a good mana modifier to have. Ranged enemies spawn a homing missile on death, dealing 20 damage. These missiles can be evaded. And this one, enemy attacks deal more damage if you have an active... Oh my gosh. I'd rather go for the random cost being increased. Those minor effects are bad. They're trying to kill us. Alright, nothing amazing there, nothing new over there. And we have a gem here that's refill 2 on cast, grants all spells that share trait with a spell 6 spell power for 1 cast. So refill 2 is actually pretty good. It means it actually gets used twice. I do think this is actually a really good one because it does bounce. So we're going to grab that and put it over there. So it means it's going to cast it twice or 3 times now because it's got refill 2. But we'll let you see that. So what's going to happen is it's going to cast it, and cast it. And we'll have to do that again and let you see what actually happens. So that's going to be a lot of little bouncing hails all over the place. I'm not sure why it didn't recall. Oh, there we go, it did. Alright, that's pretty cool damage happening over there. I need some lifesteal if that's a thing in this game. Also need our Shadowborn skill. What skill in the Shadowborn one are we missing? We're missing the Chains of Madness. Alright, so now we get to upgrade our Mastery card. We get to add Doom Quiver. We do have 1, so we can make 2. So all projectiles fire additional projectiles. So the projectile spells are going to fire an additional 1. Gain the Doomed Fire trait and increase this spell's base spell damage by 75 or 275. Mana block every spell not affected by the Eclipse trait. That's quite funny, but we don't really need that actually. So we are going to grab the Doom Quiver. That gives us another trait 1, which increases our projectiles, and it's also going to make it a lot easier for us. Gain a random tier 4 spell. The problem with that is it's random and there's a lot of different traits. So I'm going to go for the health and evasion score instead. And then we just leveled up so we can actually gain the 3 shop refreshes, hoping for something special. Nothing over there. We get Nocturne, so that leveled up, that's fine. We get another one. Nothing over here. This is an Arcana, which is a trait we have. But maybe I can grab it for 1 round. It says Arcana spells placed on the edge of the spell board grant themselves all of the spell power instead. Oh, they grant adjacent spells bonus spell power. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. What does this do? Creates a zone that lasts for 6 seconds, dealing damage. Enemy in the zone take increased damage from basic attacks. So we can grab that and use it for now, but we don't want it to be there. So we're going to put it there. And then I actually need to move that there. So what's going to happen is this is going to buff that, and this is going to buff that and that. Okay, cool. That works. Yes. All of our spells are in positive spell power right now. Why was that skills? Oh, because every time we get a shield, the mana cost of a random spell is increased. Pretty cool, pretty fast. We're on Fart 13. We're going to gain the XP. I don't think we need that many rerolls. What is this? Crescent Flame. Not something we can use. And nothing we can use over here. So we're just going to go and enter next combat. So once you got your traits down, it becomes a lot easier to kind of see what it is that you're looking for. We're just looking for the chains. We will remove Arcana once we have them, and then we get the 4 Shadowborn, which is going to be fantastic because that's going to help us a lot. It's actually going relatively quick. We're doing pretty well. Alright, basic attacks against mythical or godly enemies grant you 10 max health. We gain 1250 max health. Gain 1 extra revive, that's pretty cool. Gain between 5 to 30 health regen based on your missing health. This spell continuously generates between 1 and 3 bonus mana per second based on your missing health. This could actually be really good in turn with our Cryo Heart. We are gaining health from it anyway. This spell no longer casts its normal active effect, instead gain attack damage equal to 200% of the mana cost for 6 seconds. We don't have big mana cost spells, so I don't think, I mean 200% of that is what, that's supposed to be 60. So I don't know if that's actually worth it or not. I do like this Undying Vest, and it is going to give us HP regen. And I think the Resonance Gem going into our Cryo Heart is going to be pretty good. Alright. And here is our Glacial Step. I did want this spell, but since we're using other spells, I might leave this one out. It was quite a cool one, but we don't need it. Unless we go 5 and we get Eye of Winter then. Every 5 seconds auto casting the spell. You know it's here, we'll keep it in our reserve just in case. But for now we're not going to use it. The Arcana spell is helping us with mana. I mean with spell power. Okay, next round ends. We're going to grab more XP. I need to try and get my levels up. That's going to give us another spell slot as well. And there is the Eye of Winter. Again, we do get Crumble, but looks like we're going to get the Nocturne. We do need a couple more of it. Again, we want the Shadowborn spells to be the best focus. Again, not really after this. Actually, oh man, I don't know what to do here. It's difficult. I don't know what to do here. Do I go and try and get Eye of Winter? This summons an eyeball on top of us. It's an Ice Explosion, 5 blasts on our character. That deals 40 damage to enemies in an area. That's 20 mana cost. This is also a 15 mana cost. And the chains for our Shadowborn are a 15 mana cost and deals more damage. It also conjures an additional set of chains at 100. I don't know what that 150 means. I really need to try and work out what that means for all of us, because that's weird. I don't know if that has something to do with the actual Shadowborn, maybe. I don't know. Alright, I've decided we're going for Nocturne. We're not going to do the 5 Frostcraft. I can actually get rid of the boots. It will have to be something else for another time. Some reason, I think it's because of the recording software, but the game does seem to, like, when there's no enemies around, it seems to lag out a bit. Not that that's doing much to us, but it's happening. Okay, shielding does keep us alive. It also gives us time to regenerate our health, which is pretty cool. But here we go, generate less rage. You now only recover 60% of your missing life after each fight. Projectiles fire 2 less projectiles. They have reduced spell power. Ooh. Every attack grants the spell and adjacent spells 50% of their maximum mana. The issue is firing less projectiles. The reduced spell power is not that hard. I think we're gonna have to go with this. Man, that hurts bad. That was horrible, game. Why you do that to me? Yeah, so we're gonna get rid of that. We don't need the glacial. We're looking for the chains rather. It was unfortunate the tier 4 spell we got was for Frostcraft and not for the Shadowborn, but it is what it is. And then this one over here, plus 15 mana cost, refill 1, fire 3 additional projectiles. We could maybe add that to Nocturne. Yeah, we could. Let's add that there. So now it's going to fire 6 projectiles around us. That's going to look pretty cool when it goes off eventually. Let's see. It takes forever. Oh, that looks cool. Plus, I like the refill on the Shadow on Nocturne. It actually feels pretty good. Alright, 20 more XP. We do get another one of these finally. Oof. It's taking us a very long time to get it. And nothing else that can be used, so let's just move on. Every single wave you get more enemies, or at least I think you do, or they just become harder to kill, so you know, there's that as well. Oh, thank goodness we can increase our spell damage, otherwise this would have felt really bad. And luckily we have some form of shield, and it's also increasing our max HP. So we're getting quite a lot of XP from this, which is, HP from this, which is fantastic. Oh, beautiful. Okay, gain Hex Deflection score, that might be really good. Every 5 seconds, cast Bloom. Bloom creates a flower field at a random enemy location. While you stand inside, you gain 40 evasion score, 40 Hex Deflection, and 10 HP regen. Auto cast your highest cost spell whenever you cast Bloom. So every 5 seconds it will auto cast it. That's going to auto... Ooh! After 15 seconds of combat, gain 25% increased. I'm actually going to go for this. Hex deflections now deal damage equal to 8% of the target's current. They can... Ooh, that's also really good. I like this one. We're going to go with the Vast Claw. Area spells gain 15 spell power. I don't think I have any area spells, unfortunately. That's Crumble, we're not going to use it. Gained a Miranda, gained 5 shop refreshes. And then we can go for the XP. So we did see that show up, we just need one more. Power Transfusion just leveled up, that's great, it opened up a spell slot for us. Power Transfusion. Bouncing Hail. Ooh, Mage Barrier. I've never seen this spell before. Whenever any shield expires, grant adjacent spells 15 spell power until their next cast. Perform a short dash in the direction of your current target. Upon reaching the destination, gain a shield that absorbs 250. I might take this just because we've got an open slot. So we do have to move all of this around though, but this looks cool. It does give us another Oracle. Every 5 seconds we gain mana. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna take it. Why not? We'll actually stick this over here maybe? Does spell power affect this? Yeah, it does. So if we stick it over there, then at least it does get the Eclipse bonus as well. So those still get the bonus over there, that's perfect. And then one more, I don't think we need Crumble. It might be better to just get rid of Crumble now. Gives us an extra, we've got the other spell happening now anyway. We'll leave it in for now. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I need to stand in that flower zone, we did. that shield actually helps us quite a bit, but I think we do take more damage when we've got the shield up, which is also a bit of a problem. It's like, I've never used shields before, and then the one time I use shield, the game gives us a -4 using shields. It's just like, come on game, why are you doing that to us? Alright, I wanted more rerolls this time, see if we can get anything interesting here. Again, with that, that's so unfortunate. Come on game, we just need one more. We need that. Come on. Still not, we just need one more. And we're not getting it. And we're nearly at the end of the demo, I think. Well, last I looked we were on wave 13, but I have no idea. By the way, in the bottom left over here, it does show you what your attack damage is sitting at. So it's 50, so that time that we got the negative, one of these gave us, not this, we got a negative for the actual map. Affecting our crit chance and crit damage really didn't do anything to us. This is the final round, so let's see what happens here. We didn't even get our spawn to work. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. We didn't even get the Shadowborn to level 4 to increase him increase his base stats and whatever. But this is the last round. What level is he even? I don't even know what level he is. Oh, he died. So that doesn't help us either. Looks like I'm gonna die as well on this wave. Holy moly. No, I can't die. Where's that increased? Wait, we killed the godlike ones, yes. Massive shield there to help us. We gained so much life. We did lose a life though, but we killed half of the enemies, which means that we've definitely finished this run. So losing a life, at least it's not like, oh you died, would you like to revive? So the whole auto-battler thing is really good there, which is fantastic. We are deflecting the hexes. We've deflected like every single one there, which is fantastic as well, because that's hurting the current enemies. But there we go. We managed to complete the demo. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a really fun run. A little unfortunate that the Shadowborn didn't actually get what I wanted it to, but it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.